What's going on, guys? So if you guys are fans of the Fast and the Furious franchise movies, damn, that was hard to say. You guys probably went into this movie thinking that they weren't going to be able to top the last one as far as super crazy, exciting, over the top action, but they actually did. So let's talk about it.
Talk about it. I don't know why I did that. You can cut it though.
All right, Ivan. So did you actually think that after watching Fast and the Furious 9, they were going to be able to top this one?
Whenever you're talking about topping though, are you talking about good wise or are you talking about cringy?
I'm talking about as far as the action. Because if you remember Fast and the Furious 9, they were in space.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, I know.
So you were like going into this one thinking that like, how are they gonna top that one?
Like going to Mars or something?
Yeah, going to Mars or something, right? Like that's the next level that they're gonna be able to take it. But I don't know, man. Like the movie opens up pretty crazy already, right?
Yeah, the cinematic is pretty.
Yeah, the
awesome.
cinematic like it connects to Fast and the Furious 5. And it's crazy how they connected everything, right?
Yeah, it's not like your typical where it's like,
yeah,
this
like
doesn't make any sense. Like you guys are just adding a character in there, but this one, sort of, you can kind of like see, okay, you know, it makes some sort of sense.
Yes. Yeah, so I know that there was a lot of stuff that they had to obviously kind of like reshoot because they had to, you know, make it connect, make it make sense. But the way they did it was so good.
Yeah,
dude.
it was really good.
It's so good. So we get introduced to our villain of the movie. His name is Dante, which is played by Jason Mamoa, right?
Jason Mamoa.
Yeah. So off the top, you already know this is gonna be a crazy movie.
Yeah.
You know, Jason Momoa doesn't play just any role. He goes all out whenever it comes to his roles. So we got introduced to Jason Momoa. Then, you know, what do we see after that little intro? We see somebody doing donuts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we're expecting like, is it Toretto or somebody, right?
Toretto.
Like, it's probably going to be like him just doing like the usual stuff that he always does. Hey, who comes out of the damn car, dude?
Little B.
Yeah, little B, bro. Little Toretito. And it was crazy to see that, man. And it was kind of like, okay, damn, that much time has already passed?
Yeah, I think he's 9 years old now.
Yeah, he was a little baby whenever we last saw him. So a lot of time has already passed. We see little B and Toretto talking about family, like the usual stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, I think they said family, and the family thing is getting a little overboard now.
I
get it. I mean, by now we already know the whole thing about these movies is about family.
It's a little funny because it's like the villain becomes family.
Yeah.
Every villain that we've seen. And spoiler alert, obviously, in this movie, our old enemy becomes a kind of part of family.
Jason?
Or help us. Jason and the woman.
Yeah. Which woman?
I don't know her name.
But anyways, but I don't know, man. I just thought that this movie was not a letdown whatsoever. I saw some reviews, you know, going in it, you know how you kind of see those people kind of giving their opinions before everybody else watches it. And it kind of like gets into you and you start thinking, are they right? You know? Yeah. And, you know, I remember reading some stuff. Then I was like, okay, you know, I don't want to actually think that it's going to be a letdown, but let me just not put my expectations all the way up. And I was not let down whatsoever, dude.
Yeah.
This was like by far the greatest movie. Not the greatest movie, obviously.
The greatest.
Maybe I'm overreacting, but it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie overall.
I thought it was like, you know, a little bit overboard at some times. You know, it's a Fast and the Furious movies. You're gonna get some crazy stuff, but it was still like toned down to where it was like, okay, like it's crazy. I like it.
I really like the back and forward of kind of racing. They brought a little bit of racing back into it, even though it was still kind of like a mission type of impossible thing. Yeah, because like that scene itself of whenever they're lined up, it brought me back to Too Fast or Furious. I think it is. Whenever they all lined up
Yeah.
That's when Brian comes in with his thing is a skyline.
Yeah.
And they all just line up.
Oh yeah,
super
dude.
freaking cool.
Too Fast, Too Furious. Yes. Yeah, I'm confusing Tokyo Drift as being the second movie.
No,
but it's actually not, right? I think Too Fast, Too Furious kind of was supposed to be the second movie.
What I think Too Fast, Too Furious is a second movie, and then it was Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
When it came out.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been so long, dude. It's been so long. Can you believe that's how long? Like the one that they're trying to connect to is Fast and Furious 5, which was 10 years ago, dude. 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
And they're still like doing good movies that they can probably keep going for another 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, they can do a lot. They can do a whole spin-off, like, you know, Hobbs versus Shaw type of stuff.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. This movie was pretty great, bro.
Yeah.
It was not a letdown.
Out of all of them, I want to put that on my top of the list. I think everybody that's thinking about this movie and, you know, saying like, oh, I don't think they should keep going after Brian not being in the movies. Like, why even keep going with the franchise, right?
Yeah.
But you have to kind of go in it with an open mind, thinking that they're still going to continue the legacy, right?
Yeah.
And regardless of him not being in the movies, you can still kind of see a little glimpse of something that's kind of like bringing you back to him. You know, whether it's like, you know, flashbacks and he was there.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, we saw him again. You know what I mean?
Even like the type of cars, like I think the car that was racing next to them was like a little bit like, damn, I remember the old school days, like Fast and Furious, the first one, when those old school cars those nice cars, just like,
the
cool.
Supras and all that stuff. Yeah, dude. Besides just the racing, the action, the cameos that we got, like made it everything. You know what I mean? There was a scene where we saw somebody come back where we're like, okay, like what the hell? Like nobody dies, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that one girl?
Like I don't know.
I don't know her name either, but I think the girl that plays Wonder Woman, she comes back. We saw that movie and she died. We all saw that you said that she died. There was no way that she was gonna be able to survive that.
The little funny thing that you said was, imagine she don't have no legs.
Yeah, like imagine she just comes out and she had like a wheelchair or something like that. It would have been more believable. Yeah. Like, oh, okay. You know, it makes sense.
Something
or a scar or something, but she looked like nothing happened.
Yeah, she looked like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was like it was crazy. But then on top of that, the ending. And I don't know if a lot of people stayed until the after credits, but they actually did an after credit scene, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
because a lot of people saw that there was some little back and forth with Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson, and I don't think we're gonna be able to get them back in the movie. Well, we actually did.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So part 2 is gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy.
That's an interesting thing because it's gonna be 3 parts to this movie.
Yes. So they're gonna do 3 more or 2 more?
2 more after this. So it's gonna be pretty much Fast and Furious 10. That's the last one, but they're doing it in 3 different parts.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, theories. You have any theories about that?
I kind of feel like it's gonna be one of those typical movies where the good guys always win, obviously, right? I don't know what's gonna happen. It left me with a sense of like, and I don't know if you remember whenever I told you, I was like, it better not end right now. Yeah. And it ends like maybe a couple minutes after. I'm like, no, dude, it left us with a cliffhanger.
That was I feel like that was the greatest cliffhanger. Because
we know that they're not gonna die. We know they're not gonna die.
The way that it cliffhanged.
Yeah, we want to know what's gonna happen. And the movie was over 2 hours, and it did not feel like it was 2 hours. Right?
I could have stayed there, just keep watching it. That's how entertaining it was.
It was entertaining from the beginning to the end, bro. So I don't know. I just thought that overall, if I had to give it a rating, I thought it was top 8. You know, I was in my top 8 of movies that I think I recommend everybody going and watching.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 has to be 8.
8?
Yeah, for me.
I think for me, it would probably be like a 9.5, bro.
9.5.
Yeah, I mean, I
couldn't even say 9.5.
9.5. I feel like in my perspective, it was like Jason Momoa did a phenomenal acting wise, right? Because at the beginning, I kind of had a little bit like, bro, you kind of trying a little bit too hard. You know, you're acting maybe. But then you kind of start getting into it and realizing he's playing a like kind of psycho kind of, guy. And throughout the movie, you start seeing like, what the hell? He's over here talking with two dead people, like painting his nails, and you're like kind of getting that Joker vibe, you know?
Yeah, the Joker where it's like I have no feelings. At this point, I just do whatever I want to do and kill anybody that I need to kill.
You know, and all those things that he's doing, everything that he's planning is so like
he's
smart.
A couple steps ahead already. Yeah, and the other thing that kind of got me like a little bit pissed off was that there was a point in the movie where we thought the guy that played what's his name, Richardson,
Jack Reacher,
right? Jack Reacher. He was like supposed to be a good guy at one point
because he was working with the agency, right?
Yeah,
the headquarters.
Yeah, and he was against Dom and whatever he was doing, but then he kind of like joined him in a way because he saw that he was in the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then if he flipped 180 again.
Bro. Everything was like a mastermind plan.
Yeah, dude, they planned it so good, man. Yeah, another person that I was excited to see that came back was John Cena.
Yeah.
And John Cena played a good role, right? Like we got to see a kind of like a humor side of John Cena where he was just joking around with the son of Dom. Little B. And I think it was much needed for a movie that had a lot of action, right? So the humor was key for this movie to be good. Yeah. And John Cena wasn't the only one. It was real funny to see Little Chris and Tyrese's kind of banter back and forth. That was pretty cool. So
that was hilarious.
Yeah, and then in the part where they fought in the computer store,
Pete Davidson
came out. You know,
didn't Hong ate that brownie?
Yeah, ate that brownie and started like kind of going crazy.
I wish they could have like maybe done something with that, right? Because it showed like he was freaking out a little bit, but then it just kind of went for like,
what happened after that? But yeah, it would have been funny to see him kind of trip out. And then as far as cameos, we get another cameo from Brie Larson, which is Captain Marvel. And I think she played a really good role too.
Yeah,
right?
that was supposed to be the daughter of Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody, yeah, which we still don't know what happened to Mr. Nobody. We saw that in I think it was Fast 9, right? He ended up, I guess his airplane crashed or something like that, but we never see a body.
So we're just kind of like,
where did he go? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's gonna be crazy the way they connect all those movies. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I wonder how long it's gonna take though.
Probably like another 2 years. I don't know. And yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that we're leaving out, but I think that's just kind of like one of those things where you guys have to go out and watch the movie yourself. And yeah, comment down below. Let us know what you guys thought, because to us, this was a great movie.
Recommendation.
And we definitely recommend you watching it. So that's going to be the end of today's review video, spoiler review video. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Comment down below, subscribe, like the video, because that helps a lot, right? So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Adios.